Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a fun scrapbook layout using some Ranger Distress Oxide inks, my Starbucks holiday cups, and that cut file I got from the Silhouette Design store. I'll remember to leave a link for it down below so that you can get it. It's just a simple circle cut, and I'm using the packaging technique, my good old faithful technique to use. So I'm just squishing on the oxide ink onto packaging and spritzing it with some water. So I've used cracked pistachio, this one's raspberry preserve, and then the other pink I'm going to use that's a little like more corally and light is called Worn Lipstick, this one right now. And there's my heat gun from Ranger as well. I do like this heat gun rather than using my embossing tool because it doesn't blow like your artwork everywhere like embossing, and it doesn't get that hot. Like it's just purely like wet air. Dry air. And then this one I used right now is a spray, distress spray, and it's called Candied Apple. And I wanted to water it down a little bit because sometimes when you use the red one, for me, I mean maybe it's everyone, it looks like just like blood. And I have this kind of like weird, like, I don't know, hang up using the Candied Apple all the time unless I really let it look like a watercolor, and which I also, as you saw, daub up some of the excess kind of liquid from the page. So with your Starbucks cups, I have a few circle punches, but I'm realizing that these circles, I kind of warped up the cut file so they're a little bit oblong even though you don't see them very well, because that one I have at the top used my circle punch and it only fit in like one or two of the spots because the other ones are really big, and then my 2-inch one was like too small still, and it, like I said, oblong. So I'm just trying to get my orientation, and so what you have to do is just kind of freehand trace them, and I use the outer rim of the circles and then I cut them freely from using scissors, and it worked out well because this way if you use the outer rim when you're backing a cut file, you're able to use like your fine line glue and adhere it down very easily. So I take the time, and you won't see all of it because you kind of get the process, to fill in about half of the circles. Now I keep on playing with the idea that I like my photo towards the right side of the paper, so I know I'm not going to back those ones because it's going to be covered up anyway. So I spend the time in the ones that will be seen, and I wanted to make sure I get the logo and kind of like the Starbucks cup words and like the decaf and, you know, the shots and stuff, and then the rest of them I leave as the pattern paper from the cups themselves. I even, on this one that's mint, my favorite holiday Starbucks drink this year was the gingerbread latte. Like, shut up, my favorite. I probably have had 10, and Starbucks should just take all my money. But I did try like the maple praline one. I always tried like the eggnog one. I don't do any of the mocha ones. I do stay away from mocha. Mochas are not my favorite, but the gingerbread latte this year stole my heart. So, like I said, I didn't make you see all of it, so I'm just kind of finishing up with the last of them and using my fine line glue bottle to adhere them all down. And I want the variety of like the mint and the red showing through, and so that's the kind of where I'm at, like, in seeing the composition of this. Now, I will say, if you do have circle punches, because I did this in my December daily using the cups as well, go ahead and use the circle punches. Like, I was just trying to use this cut file and have like a white outline to them. I did this maybe 2 years ago, maybe, with Starbucks cups, and I just had like this array of like circles around my photo, and it was beautiful then. And it was using the Starbucks cups, if you remember, was it last year? It might have been 2 years ago, that had the red background with the white doodle scenery. One was like a lot of trees, that was winter. One was like a village. I think one was like stockings and stuff. That one was so pretty. So I always liked getting the Starbucks cups. It's in my December daily, in which I will have a flip through coming up shortly as well, because I did finish it despite not having a huge process video with it. I'm sorry, but I did complete it with my 1-year-old in tow. So I'll have a flip through for that, so stay tuned for my December daily flip. And then what I'm also vowing right now as my resolution is just to get my channel back to being active. I do want to post at least one video weekly for you because I do miss my hobby, and I realized how much it took a back seat becoming a mom and spreading my time, and I went back to a full-time position at our office. So It's been a huge change in a year, and I just, like I said, New Year's resolution, I'm trying to get a schedule where, I can film, maybe every Tuesday and have videos that I can post throughout the week, but at least commit a day in which I can get some scrappy memory keeping done. And that way I have content for my channel. But I probably will do a scrappy chat soon too, probably after the December daily. That way everyone can kind of catch up with me and know what's going on, because there have been a lot of changes. Hence why I've been a little MIA on my channel, but I do appreciate the support. So let's see, I'm still backing some cut files. Let me see if I can speed a little bit more of this up. So I'm liking where that's at. So now I want to just put it over it. I want to add some texture paste to the background. Now go figure, when I reach for my Ranger texture paste, that little jar was dried up. I haven't been scrapbooking enough. So I still had my Prima. Oh no, this is like a Finnabar Art Basics one. This is light paste, and this is a stencil called Bullseye from Dina Wakley that I have in my stash. And I pulled anything that was kind of like polka dot or circles, because it reminded me still of being like coffee cups, hence also using the circle cut file. So I just wanted to keep the same theme rolling. And what I'm also being conscious of is putting it more on the edges of my layout, because it's going to peek through from behind the cut file. I know if I put them too much in the center, they'll completely be blocked, which is fine, and that's half of the glorious design aspect of doing mixed media, is that you do this whole mess and you think it looks terrible for a chunk of time, and then once you add your elements of like your cut file and everything else, you can see it kind of peeking through, and then that's when it becomes a little bit less noticeable and more subtle. And so that's how I would always say to get used to it, is always go ahead, make a mess. Most of it will be covered, don't worry about it. So this is like a small polka dot stencil as well. That's an old Heidi Swap stencil that I've gotten that I've had in my stash forever. So I'm just showing you all the texture, and I do apologize for the lighting change right now. So before and this is part of the problem why I've been MIA. I film at night with some huge spotlights, and now I'm at my desk and my mini blinds are closed and my curtains are drawn, but my desk is in front of a window, so you kind of see that sun poking through. Now this wood veneer is from Joann's. I just recently picked it up for like 60 cents on clearance. It says Mary, and I'm just going to cover it with black inexpensive craft paint to have it pop, and my title will be Mary Coffee, just so I can use it too. And I like the black, and I matted my photo on white and then black to really have my photo pop, which is always a good rule of thumb when you want your photo to pop off of your busy background, is to back it with a black mat. And I have these tags. These are from an old Love collection from Crate Paper. So is that little like pinwheel rosette thing. That's a Valentine's Day collection like 2 years ago from Crate Paper as well. And I do believe I have one blue one left. But I like these dimensional elements. I'm getting used to more dimensional elements in my layouts, because let's be honest, I am playing in my stash completely right now. These are all just things on my desk, things in my collection. The XOXO is actually from a Dear Lizzie collection a long time ago. Again, I'm just using my stash. And then the black like chalk sticker stash. And then the coffee is from a old Pink Fresh Studio collection. And that button, the red button that says love, is from Michael's. It's a Valentine's Day set. And then I have these epoxy flare that I got from a crafty gift exchange. And they came with this one that says Mom Fuel, one that says like I need coffee, and then one other one. But I could have used them all in this layout, but let's be honest, I want to share one somewhere else, maybe my Project Life album or something, because my obsession with coffee runs true and deep. And that little like mint like ticket is also from an old Dear Lizzie collection. So like I said, bits and pieces. So definitely stay tuned on my channel, because what you're definitely going to see is me rediscovering my stash, using everything in my craft room already. I'm currently not on any design teams, so I don't want to spend money also on buying new stuff when I have tons of old things to love and use. So, like I said, please stay tuned. But like I said too, I'll give a crafty chat video just to talk with you and reconnect and let you know that I am making a conscious effort to make my channel very current and like weekly videos, so that I can get back to my hobby that I have loved so dearly for years. And I've been away from it for a while, and I definitely feel like I need to get like my crafty mojo back, if you know what I mean. So I've been doing a little bit of shopping. I bought a couple new like die cuts from the Silhouette store. And so I'll probably have like a little haul as well, because I've been accumulating things knowing I wanted to get back into my hobby very intentionally for 2019. So I have some detailed photos coming up, and that will wrap it up with a few enamel dots. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, please stay tuned and have a nice day. Bye!